Hello everyone, and welcome to episode 2 of my Warhammer Imperial Guard XCOM 2 Let's Play. Last time we had a pretty good turn of events. Let's see if our luck can continue to hold out. We're actually very behind in our building. Ideally we'd have the GTS up by now, so our primary concern is getting some supplies so that we can get that building.
Avenger plotting new course.
The cooperation of these extremists will do little to unite the forces of your resistance, Commander.
We'll start work on the new facility right away, Commander. I'll send word when it's up and running.
I wonder if I pause this excavation to get this done a little bit faster. Let's just continue with the excavation. My standard opening is to build the GTS first and then the resistance ring. And then the third building is a toss-up between the proving grounds and a laboratory. The reason behind the GTS is that that first squad size upgrade that we can allows us to bring in an additional body at Michigan's, and the bump from 4 to 5 soldiers is pretty huge. We don't need an additional soldier at this time, so we'll go ahead and scan at the Reaper HQ to get some intel. Intel is basically always needed.
The results of our breakthrough were quite fascinating. Commander, if we intend on discovering the purpose of the chip we extracted from you, we'll need to conduct the appropriate research as soon as possible. I agree. That is an important task, Commander.
Got an urgent communication coming in for you now, Commander.
You have made considerable progress against the aliens over the past month, Commander. I hope that your ongoing efforts will only lead to further success.
Chosen are a tough group to infiltrate, but we've managed to gather intel on their latest actions, and have a rough idea of how close each is to reaching their ultimate goal of locating the Avenger.
Commander, we have intel suggesting the aliens are working on developments that threaten our ability to stop the Avatar project. We can conduct guerrilla operations.
These are
to
pretty
disrupt these
bad
efforts,
dark
but we'll have to
events.
choose carefully. We don't have the
But
resources
given
to
the two,
intercede
I think the
everywhere.
Cipher is the worst. It basically makes it impossible to expand, which is something we're really going to be trying to do in the
Factions
coming
have pledged
months.
their support to XCOM, and they're ready to carry out your orders. As our influence with these groups increases, our capabilities will grow in kind.
If you've got something new for us, Commander, my Reapers are up for taking on some additional orders.
We'll need to send our own soldiers out to work with the resistance factions to complete these covert actions. They'll be gone for a few days, but this will help us build influence with the resistance while generating material support. This operation is going to require some field experience, Commander. We'll need to send one of our vets to lead the effort.
I'll order my people to get underway immediately.
Commander, the Resistance has a hidden cache of resources stashed outside of Advent's reach. But that means we'll have to fly over and scan the area.
Nothing on the local comms. Advent's been quiet lately. I'm guessing we have you to thank for that.
Our pleasure, Den Mother. Enjoy it while it lasts.
We plan to. Our water purification
Massive
system...
signal coming from the Advent network tower. It's global. Sir, I think you'll want to see this.
Fellow citizens, for 20 years, the Advent Coalition has worked tirelessly to repair the ravages and injustices of the old world. Under our stewardship, our cities prosper, our people flourish, and our world heals. And yet, among us, there are still those who would refuse to acknowledge the truth, who are determined to see all that we have achieved
Multiple radar contacts on approach to Haven Alpha 7.
That must end.
Even as I speak to you today,
You've got incoming on approach!
Your signal's breaking up. Outlying territories to end this scourge once and for all.
They're right on top of you!
Losing you, Avenger.
Raise them again!
We will ensure your continued safety and well-being throughout this crisis.
Get your people out of there!
With your cooperation, we will overcome these radical elements and usher in another 20 years of peace and prosperity.
They don't stand a chance. Commander, we should get a squad ready to deploy.
We have a squad ready to move on the Resistance Haven currently under siege by the aliens. Give the word and we'll move out.
Oh, that's unlucky. Retaliation missions are when the Tau Empire has had enough of our shenanigans and decides to attack one of our civilian camps. Though not unexpected, this is tough.
Our next operation will put us right in the middle of chosen territory, Commander. There's a good chance they'll show up to interfere, so we should plan accordingly.
Lord General Gyroscope and his command squad are up next in the rotation, and this is going to be pretty difficult. They're basically a bunch of rookies. We're going to bring our Reaper, Louise Burks, along to hopefully tilt the situation in our favor with some scouting. Though she won't show up this time as it's our first one, The assassin really likes to show up on these. Now that we've met her, she really likes to show up on about every third or fourth mission that we take.
We just got word the aliens are hitting a resistance outpost with everything they've got, and our people don't stand a chance against them. We're heading in to secure the area. Eliminate all enemy contacts.
We're the Chosen expansion that we're playing on adds a new second type of retaliation mission to the mix. It spawns an additional group of enemies, but also a large group of defenders that help you out. We're gonna hope that we get that one. It's totally random, so it makes life a little bit easier.
One of those Chosen is leading an assault on the resistance encampment in this area. Our people are doing what they can to fight back, but we need to help protect the civilians trapped nearby. There's a group of resistance
looks like we lucked
underground
out.
not far from your position. Move in and help fend off the attacking alien forces.
My life is in your hands.
Oh, that's neat. These enemies are Kroot, the first and probably most prominent of the alien auxiliaries in the Tau Empire. They're used as melee shock troops. They're bird-like aliens that like to eat the corpses of slain enemies, which they use to gain enhancements from. We'll see how they operate in the mod.
I'd best hurry then. Displacing now. From the Emperor's mouth to my ears, son.
I'm at your service.
We need help.
Oh, looks like they can move pretty far, and they get a free move after taking damage. That's actually pretty dangerous.
As you order, Commander.
That shouldn't happen!
We are known to them.
Commander, Advent isn't backing off. They've got units in the AO that are ignoring our forces just to get a better shot at the civilians. Take those bastards down.
There's no stopping this fire!
On my way and on guard.
I stalk my prey. Moving out.
With pleasure, sir.
Those are some pretty good odds to hit, and if we fail, we've got a 50-50 chance of staying concealed, so this should be pretty safe. Whoa, never mind.
The shadows fail us.
Ammunition!
There's a large group of civilians pinned down within range of your position. Sensors indicate hostile forces are closing in fast. We need to get in there before the aliens slaughter those people.
Don't blanch for me, weakling.
Cover me, I'm reloading! I see everything.
No, I wish to serve under you, sir.
This will be the first time you viewers see the alien Tau and their Firecast warriors, which are the standard foot soldiers of the Tau Empire and our primary antagonists. Looks like the guardsmen the game spawned for us are actually doing a pretty good job at holding their own. Hold the line.
The other survivors.
We're going to play it pretty cagey so we don't lose anybody that we don't have to. We'll let our allied guardsmen take most of the fire here.
I'm at your service.
I'll bring them down a peg.
I go where I'm needed.
Code. Code. It's too strong. It's too strong.
Volk says I am to obey.
Smart. Very smart. best hurry then. Loosen it up. Fire at will.
No one will cross. They're getting closer. As you order, Commander. My life is in your hands.
Best hurry then. I'll bring them down a bit. Your commander requires aid. Strong. Imperial, protect us.
I go where you tell me.
Remember, they are not victims.
Oh, that's neat. An infiltrator. It looks like the Tau Empire also has some Mechanicus defectors.
Concentrate all firepower on that bruiser!
I don't fear death, but I'm not ready yet.
Alright, let's use a grenade to remove this cover and get it out in the open.
while we wait. Who can give me a resupply?
We'll use a rapid fire shot here to hopefully get some damage on and maybe even score the kill. Oh, that's a couple of really unlucky misses there. Oh, okay, that's nice. We just need 1 damage.
With pleasure, sir.
Oh boy. Alright, that is not good. We might lose Louise here, people. Oh, looks like it prioritized the civilians over our Reaper. Louise lives another day. Alright, so not the best mission in the world, but we did it with rookies and we didn't have any losses, so we're gonna chalk it up as a win.
Today for standing up to those who would abandon our values for those of the old world. The remarks followed a moment of silence. Peacekeepers slain by XCOM dissidents.
As long as there's even one Reaper left standing, you can bet they're still in the fight. Finger on the trigger.
When leveling Reapers, I like to go with remote start here. You can't use it all the time, but when you can, it can swing the entire fight. Auto targeting also might be a really nice thing to pick up at a later date.
Each of our soldiers is rated based on their understanding of our tactics and capabilities, something we refer to as combat intelligence. Because of their unique experiences in the field, our faction soldiers from the Resistance will gain access to new abilities based on this combat intelligence.
The spokesman took a big risk getting inside Advent. Enough for me to believe he's loyal to our cause. There may still be a few skeptics in the movement, but we've got bigger things to worry about than a man on a screen. Commander, we've got local resistance forces waiting to make contact, but we'll have to make the first move.
There is no shame in admitting my admiration for your resolve in the face of insurmountable odds. I was born of battle, of a desire to face my enemies in combat and surrender to no one. In you, I see a shadow of my own creation.
We have made
And our research into resistance comms finishes. This will allow us to start expanding into new areas and get some options when it comes to future missions, which we're gonna want.
This field of research, so much so.
Oh, and a one-day inspired research on alien biotech. We're absolutely gonna capitalize on that.
We must act fast. Despite their brilliance, they are a fickle group. I will begin our research immediately. From my own experience, Advent generally deploys heavy security rather than subterfuge when it comes to protecting their primary facilities, at least the ones I had access to personally. If they have gone to the trouble of hiding...
Commander, we can now work to establish contact with local resistance groups operating out of regions around the globe. Once we've collected sufficient intel to make contact, we'll need to scan the target region for the operative signal.
Much of my own research based upon this simple design. If only I had known. Ah, Commander, excellent timing. There's been some progress. I've managed to break down several key components of the chip implanted into your skull. My analysis reveals that its primary function was that of a conduit, passing a vast amount of data directly to your cerebral cortex. With the primary connection severed, much of that data is lost. Several fragments do remain, however. Ghosts, if you will. Observe. Tactical combat simulations. War games. The sheer volume of encounters you were processing was astounding. It is truly remarkable that you survived as long as you did. Though this may seem disconcerting, there is still some good news. This chip bears a striking resemblance to a medical implant I briefly assisted in developing at the gene therapy clinic in New Providence. My understanding was that the implants were intended for high-ranking Advent officers only, captains or above. Retrieving a chip from such an officer would be the only way to know for certain. A greater understanding of these implants would undoubtedly benefit us all, Commander.
That's their explanation for your multiple playthroughs of the first game. That when you were locked up in alien custody, the aliens forced you to replay combat simulations.
The implanted chip is the key.
We're gonna go with hybrid materials here because it's fast.
We have something of note.
Alright, let's get all these supplies, and then we'll make contact over here to get some mission options.
After we pay the initial intel cost to make contact, we'll have to scan the region for a few days before the local resistance cell comes out of hiding. Once we find them, we'll be up and running in the new region.
Setting course for the East African sector.
Commander, using intel collected so far, we've managed to locate a resistance cell operating out of this region. It'll take us some time to scan for their exact position, though.
Attempting to establish...
I will spread fear across this world. All will know what lies ahead.
These Chosen are constantly hunting us to try and recapture you, Commander, and are spreading terror throughout the Resistance as they go. We'll need to pay close attention to each one as they gain more information about our plans.
These findings will likely prove crucial to our ongoing efforts, Commander. The Advent officers appear to be similar, if not physically the same as the common Advent trooper in terms of power and agility. However, field reports indicate a more developed mental acuity, as the officers do provide tactical directives to the subordinate Advent forces.
Alright, and this is our current soldier list. Alright, and I think this is a pretty good place to cut it here, guys. I'll see you next time.